Hi everyone. So sorry about my last video. My camera kind of died on me in the middle of my talk, and then I didn't really have time to finish it. So I'm going to finish it now. Um, so I was talking about graduation and just moving on from people and things like that. And so sorry to kind of try to jump back into where I was, but anyway. Um, and you know, so back to that topic. Basically, um, you kind of get, I don't know, like, you look forward to the future, but then at the same time, you're kind of like, I really don't think I can handle this, like, the moving on and, just, like, leaving other people, and, it can be really hard, and you don't, you don't always want to do it, because you sometimes we get comfortable. We get comfortable wherever we're at, and we don't want to move around and leave. And I know that that's true for me sometimes. Is like, you know, the thing about people is that there's only one of you in the world. There's only one of me in the world, and there's only one of our close friends in the world. You can't replace people, and so I think it's sometimes the fear that like if we leave those people, we're never going to find that person somewhere else. They're like always going to be in that past place. And you know, that's it's a hard thing because it's true. I mean, you aren't going to find that exact same person somewhere else. But that doesn't mean that the things that you've done and the memories and things will go away. One thing I've really been learning a lot about too is just that so if love is something that we're called to do, and if love never fails, then if you honestly, selflessly love someone, then I mean that's never gonna end. You're always gonna love them. Love never fails, and one thing that's been really hard also is just learning that love protects, and sometimes that means just when you want to act in the moment or do something that you feel like will strengthen your relationship, but in reality, it really won't. You have to keep in mind that true love protects people, and if what you're about to do won't love the person, won't protect them, then that's not love. And that's a really hard thing. I like to think of like, you know, you think love is such a twisted word here. Love in the world is considered you find the magical person and then you spend forever together. And I mean, yeah, that can happen, but true love is also taking that person that you care about and being just as happy if their future has nothing to do with you. And that's such a hard thing because we think of love as always being with the person or always having them around or them becoming ours. But love is letting people go, and love is wanting what's best for them and being happy for them if it has nothing to do with you being involved in their life. Um, and we don't think about that. I don't think about that. It's I go to places and I think, ooh, love. Okay, that means the person is mine. Like, no one can take them away. They're mine. I get to keep them. In reality, that's not true though. Love is selfless and it wants what will protect and take care of the other person, even if you aren't involved. Such a weird thought, you know. It's but it just goes to show that like we don't know what love is here. And so why does that kind of love never fail though? Because it's not selfish. It doesn't want things for itself. It doesn't desire that someone else fill our empty hole, which, by the way, is a hole that only God can fill. Because that's another thing we get lied to about is that people can fill that hole. And I know that I've believed that lie so many times. But isn't it weird that every person that we use to try and fill that hole somehow doesn't cut it? Maybe it seems like they do for a little while, but that's just because they're pleasing our sinful nature. You know, like that feeling that we get, that like, oh my goodness, like you get, all flirty or things like that, sometimes that can just be you enjoying your sinful nature, which of course sometimes is going to give you little bursts of pleasure, but it's all a lie, because it's not something meant to last, and it's something that will kill us in the end. There's a verse in the Bible that says life through the flesh leads to death, but life through the spirit reaps eternal life. I wish I remembered the reference, but it's a really good verse. And I say that to myself a lot. I remind myself, like, look, if you walk in your flesh, you're gonna die. Like, literally. Like, you know, whether, I mean, there's just so many ways that when we follow what our flesh wants, we become corrupted. But when we follow the Spirit and when we honestly love people, then that love for them is never going to fail, because it was never selfish, and also we're reflecting the character of God, which is never a bad thing to do, if it's in His timing, and and if He chooses to show Himself. But so that's just something else I've kind of been learning, is that when you have people that you care about, and when you have people that you love, even if you're moving on, if you honestly love them, then that's not going to fail, and God is going to show up in the ways that He means to through your life to impact other people. And one of the other things too about love, I think, just kind of, is that sometimes when it comes to loving a person, it's not us loving them. It's, you know, it's other people loving them. When we have someone that we feel like is lost or needs help, and we care about them, but God isn't leading us to do anything, sometimes loving that person is obeying what God has told you to do, and that is to step away or whatever, because, first of all, God knows why He's telling you to step away, but also, because we can't change people. Only the Lord can change people and change hearts, and that's what's so hard, is because a God that we can't physically see, now we're counting on to take care of our loved ones, and we're like, what? I don't know about this. Like, I think I should be able to handle this. I can do it. How many of you have ever changed a person? I know I haven't. And of course we make impacts through the power of Christ, but that's just because He's working in us. You know who, like, honestly, who we are by ourselves is selfish, rude, jealous, violent, like, rebellious, all those different things. That's who we are by ourselves, And but for me, God came in and He changed all of me, and He made me someone that wants to love other people only because He's put that inside of me. My flesh doesn't want to do that for anybody. But, the Spirit's like, look, you're going to have a full life when you love other people. And it's so true. But anyway, so God is just kind of, He's calling all of us to love people. But love means being selfless and protecting. Sometimes it means not, cracking those jokes or, certain things, and just asking yourself, would my friend's parents, approve of me if they saw me doing this? Am I protecting my friend because I love them? Just really take some time and look at the word love, and just ask yourself what it really is, and are you really doing it? And there's a song that I like by the artist NF. He's awesome. And it's called This Thing Called Love. And in his song, he just talks about how love, it can hurt you, and it can tear you down, and it can all those different things. And I love his song, but, and I get his point, but I think that also it's love, true love, will never fail, and it might hurt in the moment sometimes if we're being, like, corrected, but it will never fail us, and it's protecting, and it's not going to destroy you, because there's also another verse that says, wounds from a friend can be trusted, but kisses from an enemy or deceitful or something like that. But it's really true, though, because a friend, that's the other thing, the verse, a friend loves at all times, Um, just that, like, if you're a friend, always be protecting, always be selfless, always want the best for the other person. And it's so weird because we don't think about that here. That's not the way we think. That's not the way we function here. It's, when you have a friend, do everything you can to get stuff out of it, and you know, be selfish, and it's okay. But how many times have you really looked at your friendship and made one of the big parts of it to be to protect the other person, and keep them from doing the things that their parents would want them to do, or those types of things. And that's also kind of true in just dating and all that stuff, because if you say, oh my goodness, I love my boyfriend, or oh my goodness, I love my girlfriend, oh really, like, you know would you let them go? Because that's what, love is selfless. Could you release them to another person because you love them? See, that's not really the love that we're used to. And that's what I'm kind of trying to get my mind around. And, God has just completely helped me with so much of that. Just being like, love is, you gotta let people go. You gotta, you know. But he is good like that, because what if he had told us to love everybody and never let anyone go? Yeah, that would be just crazy, because, you know, I think that's partially why we're gonna have heaven too, because I mean, if we knew our only friendships and relationships with people were gonna be while we're here, how in the world would we keep up with everything and everyone? And you know, so yeah. But it's crazy, really. Like, yeah, I don't know. Um, so that's kind of what God's been working on with me, is just letting people go, honestly loving people, being selfless, holding on to people with an open hand, and just knowing that God is gonna be enough for me. God is gonna be enough, and it's gonna be awesome. I might add on to this in a later video, I don't know. But yeah, so again, I'm sorry about the cutoff of the video right before this one. But, and also too, I was looking through my channel and I kind of realized that one of my videos, the finding little bits of God in your day or whatever, I know it's 3 parts and I know that it's kind of long, but you know, I just encourage you to, if you can, just watch it, because I felt like there was some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, anyway, but thank you. And again, if you have questions or anything that you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. And I hope you're having a great week and you have a great spring break. And also, if you have any questions about red hair stuff, I do love red hair, or just, little things like that. So, but just let me know if there's anything that I can do or anything that I can help with. And I love making these videos. It's hard to get around to it sometimes. So, plus I've got like 5 other people in my house and like 5 pets, so sometimes finding a quiet moment can be a little bit tricky too. So, but anyway, so thank you so much for watching what you have watched, and just everything. And also, if you wouldn't mind just passing on my channel to other people if you can, because I want to reach as many people as God wants me to, but I'm also trying to be diligent to do my part. So, anyway, thank you. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And again, please let me know if you need anything, but don't ever forget that we have a Father there that's always here to love us and cares about us. And so don't be afraid to ask him for anything, because he always wants to be there to help. So love you guys, and if I don't meet you here on earth, I will meet you in heaven, hopefully. So, and if you have any questions about coming and following Christ also, you can look up pastors, and I mean, there's, I'm sure, plenty of ways to connect with anyone who can just help you with your relationship with Christ, and become a Christian if you need to, or just leave a comment down below, and I could do a video on salvation if I feel led to do that. And So anyway, so just let me know, and thank you so much for watching what you have, and have a wonderful day and a great week. So yeah, thank you guys, and God is with you, and He loves you.